Did you know that LaGuardia has gone from one of the worst airports in the United States to one of the most beautiful in the world? Yeah, it's true. The Nightmare Airport has turned into a traveler's paradise. And in this review, we're covering Terminal B along with the United Club review. Trust me, once you see the goods, you're definitely going to like flying in and out of the new LaGuardia. Before we begin, our platform is fueled by your love and generosity. Please support us by subscribing. There's a lot more on its way, including special perks and privileges for subscribers. If you found this valuable, click the like button and help the community by posting your questions in the comments. Happy to answer them. All right, let's begin. From the moment you drive to the departures check-in area, you can immediately sense that this is a new LaGuardia. I mean, look how clean and sleek the entryway is with those lights. And the signage is also clear for each airline. You know exactly where to get off so that you can check in. Let's take a moment to appreciate those very generous and wide pavement spaces, which is essential when you have hordes of people carrying bags galore. So we're flying United, and we're just gonna follow the outdoor signage right into the airport. Before I get into all the goodies, let me give you some intel. LaGuardia now has 3 functional terminals, terminals A, B, and C. Terminal C houses Delta exclusively and finished their renovations in about 2022. And I hear it's fabulous, which doesn't surprise me because Delta is the best US airline by miles. Terminal B, though, is no slouch either. It's the main terminal for LaGuardia, and it houses American, United, Southwest, Air Canada, and JetBlue. They finished with the remodel in about 2021, and B comes with its own parking garage and also a business conference center. Terminal A, oh lord, is the one to avoid. It flies Spirit and Frontier, and I have nothing further to share about A. Today, we are going to be focused on Terminal B with a review of United's new Club Lounge. Let's get a quick look at the schematic of Terminal B. Not only is the revamped LaGuardia La Beautiful, it's also La Functional and compact. Terminal B has 4 major check-in rows with 8 check-in aisles, which are 2 aisles in either side of the row, labeled A through H. In the middle of the check-in rows is an information booth where you can get help and learn more about departures and etc. Bathrooms are located on the far H aisle by Southwest and in the upper corner of aisle A by the American aisle and security. As you will see, it's a very simple terminal to navigate. So walking in here, we are walking into row 3 with aisles E and F. You can see in between them are info signs with every flight deal you need to know. The airline brand is also present and obvious for each of the rows and aisles. So also take a breath. Enjoy how spacious and airy it feels. I really appreciate the elevated ceilings and large mosaic frescoes that lift your eye upward, emphasizing space. So nice. We're gonna go and head over to United in aisle F. At the United terminal, they have it all. Tons of self-check-in kiosks if you're flying economy, ticket gates with attendants if you need help, and a dedicated Premier Access line. The new LaGuardia was awarded UNESCO's 2021 Prix Versailles Award for being one of the world's most beautiful airports, and a large part of it has to do with the artwork. Here you have the incorporation of the iconic New York City subway aesthetic, but elevated. The incorporation of the subway tile and mosaic art, in my opinion, was genius and gives the airport a timeless and quintessential New York City feel. You cannot look at that tile work and not think you are anywhere else but in New York City. Once you have your ticket and baggage checked, there's only one way to go, and that's towards security. Look for that gigantic illuminated square frame if you're in doubt. But like I said, it's really easy. What's important to note is that they typically have only 2 lines, a standard line and a TSA pre-check. Like all TSA lines, This one is no different from any other. Always remember that TSA is a federal agency and not a New York State agency. So they follow federal guidelines and laws, not state guidelines. So if you have something like marijuana, edibles, and gummies, which are fine in New York State, it's still illegal at the federal level, and TSA will come down hard on you. This is why it's extremely important to familiarize yourself with the rules. TSA is no joke. They are not playing around. They are here to keep everyone safe, and that's their job. They're not here to make friends. Capiche? So have a check on the website to get a clear understanding of what you can bring and not bring, because the last thing you want is to be caught in their crosshairs. Once you clear security, now it's time to be amazed. Terminal B has a food and shopping center that I'm just calling the mall because that's exactly what it feels like, a brand new spanking mall. First, there's going to be information signs that give you all the flight information you need. Okay, the mall has so many wonderful things like Magnolia Bakery. Take an iconic piece of New York City with you or eat it for yourself and tell no one. If you need to do any kind of shopping, you can do it here. They have upscale food places along with clothes, boutiques, and so much else. Best of all, it has that new feeling that makes everything feel special. You know what I mean? There's also a pet relief station next to Starbucks. So if you have a fur baby, that's where you definitely want to go. Like I mentioned before, you definitely want to check these large and impressive information signs. Also, as you can see, there's plenty of sitting room and the water fountain. Oh my goodness, the water fountain is truly mesmerizing and soothing to watch. It's such a great place to just sit, people watch, and calm yourself down before a flight. It's really a beautiful space. There's also a beautiful bistro-like cafe towards the Western Concourse that gives major Parisian vibes. Also, notice how large the windows are. The amount of natural light brings a lot of calm energy to the space, which is something that we can all appreciate. This mall area is in the center of Terminal B, which splits into two concourses: the Western Concourse for Air Canada and United, and the Eastern Concourse, which houses American. I think JetBlue and Southwest are situated in both, so check your ticket. The two concourses are very far apart, and getting to each is a trek, so make sure you give yourself a lot of time because the walk is epic. Trust on that. We're headed towards the Western Concourse for United, and on the way, what you're going to find is an American Centurion Lounge as well as the new Chase Sapphire lounges. They're towards the Western Concourse. So you're going to make a final descent down some escalators after you've taken an epic walk to reach the Western Concourse. And you're going to see signs to Air Canada's Maple Leaf Lounge and the United Club Lounge. We're going to take a right to go to the United Lounge. Wait until you see it. This is by far the best lounge I have experienced in a really long time. It's on the small side for a lounge, but it feels so brand new. And look, no people. This was on Christmas Day, which in my opinion is the best day to travel. And everything looks amazing when there's no people, right? But it still looks amazing because it's so brand new. And that's how you want a lounge to be. I think this will have less traffic because I think folks right now are very curious about the Centurion and Sapphire lounges. They too are relatively new, and they're kind of like the cool kids on the block. And I'm totally fine with that because here you have amazing window views and of the airport, and you have great food and you have ample seating. Speaking of food, they have salads, cold cuts, sandwiches, hot meals, a variety of hot meals. I tried them all and they were all excellent, and I could have as much as I want, which is also great. The desserts range from cakes and pies to small candies like gummy bears and cookies. Those two were incredibly delicious. Everything was clean. The staff were all stars and very kind and helpful. There were outlets, there was Wi-Fi. This United Lounge was truly one I cherished because of how uncrowded it was and how much space and delicious food we had to ourselves. The United Lounge is also an amazing place to people watch. You feel like a bird in a perch, like looking down below. It's really incredible. With our bellies full, it was time to board. Of course, you have the gate lights all crowding up at the aisles. That's everywhere, right? But look how upgraded the waiting areas are. Oh my God. I mean, there's that large sectional that gives you room and space away from people. I love it. I love that you're no longer like sitting and looking directly across from people. They've figured out how to create seating that gives you space. All in all, LaGuardia is my favorite place now to fly out of New York City, and you can see why. It has gone from being the worst of the worst to the best that everyone now is trying to catch up to. If you want more information about LaGuardia, here's a website. It's extremely handy and has a ton of practical information that will help you. Thanks for joining, and I hope this helps. Share your experiences in the comments. What was your experience like at the new LaGuardia? Safe travels.